doesn't get hotter than these guys. By the end of this video, I request you to ask yourself this question. Is this post-war recovery or post-war wokeness? Acholi land debate erupts online after MP's remarks on investor concerns. A statement by Badegla Member of Parliament Martin Ojara Mapenduzi regarding land ownership challenges for investors in the Acholi sub-region has sparked intense reactions on social media, with locals forcefully pushing back against what they perceive as a disguised attempt to facilitate land grabbing. The original statement. Posted by Unity FM by Degela MP Martin Ojara Mapenduzi has acknowledged that land ownership remains a major concern for investors in Acholi. Speaking at the dissemination meeting of the Acholi investment profile at the Gulu Logistics Hub in Gulu, Mapenduzi said many investors consider the region's customary land system risky, especially when large tracts are required for agriculture but lack formal documentation. He noted that without clear land titles, financiers are often reluctant to support major investment projects in the sub-region. They have used the hashtag UnityFMNews and hashtag UnityAt25. Public react, suspicion and defiance. The comments section quickly filled with residents and observers questioning the MP's motives and defending communal land rights. Andrew Holap, does it mean there are no title lands in Acholi, or rather that lands cannot be titled in Acholi? Customary or not, the challenge you should be addressing rather is the exploitative and fraudulent acquisition of land by the investors and how the government can come in to protect the interests of the locals. A reply came in from George Lee Moses, who said he is now looking for grabbing land in a long way, yet we knew it already. Maurice Onega said, man dong Gimara chako chato ngom kwaro kon ena ye lonyo waba. Geoffrey Juma said, what are you saying? What is he saying? We are not fools, sir. We went to school and our eyes are open, sir, and now we can see from far. Tabu Robert Apoga said, as long as land is there, wealth is there too. The reply came in from Acholi Ding, leaders accused of betrayal. Prince Pamoro Latigo Halike said, there you go, Acholi Ding, Kong Kichat, who an minister Macharungom Pa Acholi Enu in the names of investments. John Peter Honanchan Sr. said, go with your stupid investors. John Ojara Lanya said, and he is one of those being used to grab people's land. Onono Bilamoy said that trick to give easy access to land in Acholi will not work. We are schooled. Ochan Jennifer just said one word, thief. Olanya Ronald Budget said he is one of the useless MP in Acholi. Our land will never be for the government or any foreign investors. They have taken all our wealth with the exception of land only left. Mapenduzi should just enjoy his money and leave us in peace with our land. Vincent Mauro said, we are never stupid at all. Mandela Achere said, you want to develop foreigners, not Ugandans, and Acholi in particular. But people should give their land. Okay, Joel Jose said, just leave Ojara alone. Mixed voices, support, and scripture. While most comments were critical, a few voices offered alternative perspectives, like Samuel Omara, who said God. Francis Arogi said, we knew those plans way back. Yet Benson said, I want to support the ideas of land ownership which is non-communal. Mediocres, lazy bones, crooks are blocking successful land systems which caters for individuals. James Watmon, with his piggy words, Acholi customer land is gone forever. Now locals will regret why voted for that fool. Rich part. The Bible means nothing if it doesn't change you. Bold words but true. Jesus didn't come to help the disciples memorize more scripture. He came to show them how to love one another with good love. If you are ready to let the word change you, His Excellency Jimmy James Mike Wakana. The debate highlights the deep sensitivities of surrounding land ownership in Acholi, where customary tenure remains dominant and memories of historical displacement are still fresh. MP Mapenduzi is yet to respond to the online backlash, but as usual, he's so defiant. This is a highly sensitive and legally complex topic in Uganda, directly connected to the online outrage just reported from Acholi. While the Ugandan Constitution and the Land Act recognize customary land tenure, the process of converting it to freehold or mailo, often what registration means in practice, is viewed by many, including the commentators above, as a pathway to dispossession. Here are the disadvantages of registering customary land in Uganda, viewed through the lens of the current legal framework and the lived realities of communities like Acholi. Number one, the hand of customer protection, conversion to freehold. Under the Land Act, Cap 227, a community or individual can apply to convert customary ownership into freehold. The disadvantage: customary land is held in trust by the family or community and by tradition cannot be permanently sold, especially to outsiders. Once registered as freehold, it enters the commercial market. The risk, as the commentators fear, this turns land into a commodity. If the owner defaults on a loan or is tempted by a large cash offer, the land is gone forever. Customary land is inalienable, can't be permanently sold. Freehold land is not. Number two is loss of clan and family rights, individualization. Under customary tenure, land belongs to the living, the dead, and the unborn. The clan or family head holds it in trust. The disadvantage: registration requires putting the land in an individual's name, usually the head of the household. The social impact: this excludes women, children, and future generations from having a claim. If the registered individual decides to sell, the extended family who titled the land for generations has no legal recourse. This directly contradicts the comment from Mandela Chire, who noted developers should benefit locals, not foreigners. Three, the bureaucratic and financial burden. The process of surveying, obtaining a certificate of customary ownership, that's CCO, and upgrading to freehold is expensive and complicated. Although they want to sponsor it and they're sponsored already, the disadvantage: the average rural peasant cannot afford the survey fees, Uganda shillings 1 million in some cases, or the transport cost to the land office in Kampala or Gulu. The consequences: wealthier individuals or investors exploit this. They pay for the registration on behalf of the community, like it's already happening, but register the land in their own names or their company's name. This is likely what John Ojara meant by being used to grab people's land. 4. Survey errors and boundary disputes. Customary boundaries are usually natural features, rivers, trees, known to be the neighbors. The disadvantage: when the government surveyor comes to map it for registration, the physical demarcation beacons often doesn't match the oral history. The result: this triggers vicious land disputes between neighbors and families that never existed under the customary system. The comment "Tuanlamingmoata," a local idiom suggesting someone is being foolish or greedy, reflects the anger when these new boundaries are imposed. 5. Vulnerability to mortgage and foreclosure. MP Mapenduzi argued that registration is good because banks require titles to lend money. The disadvantage: agriculture is volatile. If there is a drought, disease, or a drop in crop prices, the farmer cannot repay the loan, or the farmer. The legal trap, the Mortgage Act 2009 allows the bank to sell the land to recover its money. In a customary setting, you cannot lose ancestral land to a bank. Under the registered system, you absolutely can. This is the risky part for the owner, not just the investor. Number 6, Article 237 of the Constitution, the loophole. The law, Article 237 of the 1995 Ugandan Constitution, vests land ownership in the citizens of Uganda. It recognizes customary tenure, a disadvantage. While the Constitution protects customary land generally, it also allows for the creation of freehold land. The legal framework Land Act pushes for the individualization of tenure as a development goal. The reality, once registered, the land loses its constitutional protection as customary and is subject to market forces. The comment from Dennis Kamara about politicians talking in tongues likely refers to this shift where politicians stop defending ancestral land and start promoting development that requires land titles. In summary, to the people commenting on the post, the disadvantages of registration are clear. 1, it breaks the clan system. It removes land from ours to mine. 2, it invites fraud, as Andrew Olap noted. It facilitates exploitative and fraudulent acquisition. 3, it is irreversible. Once sold, title land cannot be reclaimed through traditional justice system. Now ask yourself, is this post-war recovery or post-war wokeness? And remember, this is the thing which the elected MPs and LC5s have actually gathered to discuss. It's upon you now to think about this.